Aloha everybody, Royameadow is in the house, and we're about to play Super Back to the Future 2. Yeah, I decided to do this after watching James Rolfe's The Angry Video Game Nerds review. Yeah, it's by far the best of the Back to the Future games, second only to the PlayStation 3 text adventure game counterpart. But aside from that, yeah, has by far the best soundtrack out of all the series. Except for the original. In fact, I'm about to cut off the commentary so you can listen to the music. Yeah. So, this is Back to the Future Part 2. I'm surprised they didn't do a rendition of 1 or 3 in that matter. And it's great. If you want to get some good points, I do recommend you start in lesson mode. That way you can start the opening stage, which has no enemies. Now, through the entire game, you might notice this game is a platformer similar to the Sonic the Hedgehog games. That's what it's mostly related to. It's very linear, much less linear than Sonic 1, obviously. You play as Marty McFly, who is played by Michael J. Fox, and he's on a hoverboard. Now the question is, how do you play this game? Well, it's a point A to point B game. You still destroy enemies using the jump, which is pretty broken because if you use certain abilities with it, you get certain power-ups. It's ridiculous. But I digress. When you play as Marty McFly, sorry, you can't actually go up these hills normally. You have to hold down a certain button, which I believe it's B or X. Yeah, I believe it's B or X to speed up and A or Y to jump. And these coins that you see when you get, these big ones are 10 coins each. Depending on the vending machine that I hit, I can actually get a certain amount of it. Yeah, depending on the coin amount, I can actually get a power-up, which... that gold maybe gets at the end of the level, by the way. So yeah, I can get a certain power-up like invincibility, or what I just got was a coin power-up, which I would get double points. Now, what's the plot line of this? Well, the plotline for this game is Doc just came back from his 30-year-in-the-future trip to 2015, because this game takes place in 1985. So he warns Michael J. Fox that something's got to be done about his kids. So we get the epic car scene from Back to the Future 2, which is much less graphical. Ugh. That's the only thing I didn't really like, but, you know. So, welcome to 2015. In 2015, apparently there is a lot more robots and crime and whatnot. It's much more related to the story than you would think it would be related to, but in a sense, you would think that they would actually take more to add into the plot line, seeing that this game is based off of the movie. But of course, due to the memory chips that cartridges had back then, yeah, I can understand as to why that's not available. Also, I noticed that when you get hit, you actually have like much more time than most games to actually be invincible. It's like you have like 5 or 6 seconds to be invincible, and the invincibility tricks that you can do in this game are by far the best out of any 2D platformer of the 1990s. In fact, even Super Smash Bros., I think, with its invincibility power wasn't good in that sense, and what you just saw there was a shield. Sort of like the Sonic the Hedgehog 1 shields. And I'm surprised that they actually used the same graphics for the ball. This game is also somewhat based off of Sonic Team's Rise Star, which didn't come out until like 2 years after this game. And Rystar had this hit system, where if you got hit 4 times, you die, but you can get healing items. In this game, it's the same exact thing. I'm actually surprised that they recycle health systems from other games. What were you thinking, Sega of Japan and Sonic Team? God, this level's quick. Well, it is the opening stage, and depending on how fast you complete the level, you actually can get a big point bonus. And also, depending on how many star coins you can actually get much more coins at the end of the stage. And the boss you're about to see here, I have no idea what his name is. But yeah, what he'll do is he has these 2 bats that he'll, like, toss around. I'm thinking they are nunchakus, I'm not sure. Yeah, no, they're baseball bats. You can stun him by hitting the TVs, or you can jump on his head to actually give him damage. Or to the side, as you can see that I'm doing. There are these instances where you can hit him like 2 or 3 times with a single jump. And yeah, just keep jumping on him and he is done. I will have more to mention in part 2 because I'm still studying Back to the Future 2 as we speak. But I hope that you do enjoy this LP. This will be very quick. The game is like 5 or 8 levels long. So it'll be just as long as the Super Famicom Mario Brothers playthrough. Probably a bit shorter, but you know. Anyway, I will see you in part 2. See you then.